So, what is your mission in Nigeria?
Well, honestly, it's a broad thing. If I will say, it's a mission for West Africa as a whole. It all started the fight of drugs, substance abuse in Sierra Leone. And I believe for the past years, Sierra Leone has been identified as an hub for substance and drug abuse, and that has become a worrisome concern for Global Foundation Network. And we have been engaged in series of documentaries, series of campaign in order to help save the life of victims because it has been affecting our young people. It has deteriorating the life of them, taking their lives at a very early age, and it was a concern. So, as a founder, and my mission, my vision for Global Foundation Network is to see how we can save the drug victims, how we can help them recover their lives. So, I did a documentary in Sierra Leone to see what is involved in the substance abuse, and I extended to Liberia also, which was also a devastating state site for us to see. The same thing to Guinea. And I'm here also to see what is it like in Nigeria. What is going to happen to our young people? How is substance abuse being treated here? How is it being addressed? What is the status? What is the situation here? That is why I'm here.
Okay, so how many countries have you done this?
Well, I've done that within three African countries. Well, like Nigeria will be number four by God's grace, and Sierra Leone was first. We did it a lot of interventions. In one of the campaign I did in Sierra Leone was to um, propose to the government for decriminalization of drug victims because the victims, what we are looking at, they need medication, they need help, they need rehab, they need to be to give another hope. They need another hope of life to survive again in the society. So my own campaign was to talk to the government not to criminalize the victims, but to go after the perpetrator, the traffickers. We did the same thing in Liberia. I shared that opinion too in Liberia, and it was welcomed by the Minister of Social Welfare and Minister of Sports, and also the Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Liberia. You know, a lot of things happened there. I was happened to have an interview, a documentary, live first-hand interview with the drug victim himself in the cartel. And so this was shared also with the heads of the Drug and Law Enforcement Agency, and it was a concern for them. And I believe the same thing again we did in Guinea. So all these things are real thing. I would say it's to me, it's an achievement.
Okay, so what advice do you have for people who are into drugs?
It's huge because the first of all, I want the young people to understand substance and drug abuse. It's an act of suicide mission, if I would say it's an act of suicide mission, because any amount of substance abuse have negative effect to the health, and to take drugs in a high magnitude, to abuse drugs, it have a deteriorating health impact that has impacted the life of so many young people that I know. So I would advise young people not to go into drugs, because going to drugs is like endangering your life, going to a suicide mission. So our advice. And substance abuse changed the whole cognitive aspect of a young person. It changed your whole vision. It changed everything about you, because any victims, any substance abuse victim, one quality of them, they are very filthy, and the other quality, they always possess around them, they want to be isolated, they always need money, and so because of the urge of the drugs, they are always into stealing, into so many acts that will endanger their life as well. So our advice, if you are a youth, you are into education, you find yourself difficult, you want things, so there are more other things you can engage yourself with rather than taking drugs, because drug taking, most of the youth say is out of frustration, some say is out of poverty, some give different reasons. But to me, I see there are so many ways you can control yourself. I am an example. Since birth to date, I have never tried anything like cigarettes or any form of substance abuse or even alcohol. But my life is okay. I'm living perfectly well. So anybody can choose a better life for themselves. So our advice, please, young people out there, let's stay away from substance abuse. It endangers your life and it puts you in a very devastating state.